Hey, welcome to the Morning Mix podcast. This morning we learned that a lot of people are just learning a lot of stuff.
Yes, a doppelganger is not the same as a dingleberry.
No, even though, well, your ass could look like somebody else's, I guess. And we also found out what it takes to be an IT professional. We were able to ask an IT professional all those IT questions we have.
And cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know what they are.
Yeah. We all accept them or deny them, but we don't know what they are.
And for the record, I still can't print. That and much more right now on the Morning Mix podcast. Vanna White, you know Vanna as the woman who's been turning letters, baby, on Wheel of Fortune forever and ever. Vanna White recently revealed her daughter just graduated from New York universities with an art degree from their art school there. And she's going to be designing some tattoos for them. Whip is dropping stuff. He's so blown away by the moment.
Sorry,
no apology needed. It's just funny. He's getting excited. He was drawing his tattoo in there. And now he's guffawed at what Vanna White's going to do. Because Vanna needs to get a tattoo. She and her daughter are going to get matching tats as mommy and daughter. But what should the tattoo be of? Text it to us at 312-233-1019-224. How about a chicken wing? Sure.
That must mean something, but I don't know
all the
what.
places your mind could go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one, but all right, let's do it.
Ain't no thing.
About a chicken wing. Okay. 773, it should just simply say, can I buy a vowel?
Yeah.
847, she and her daughter should get Danny DeVito riding a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's not something,
Why not?
All right. Yeah. 630, it has to be a very well done artistic rendering of Pat Sajak. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, let him live on the show even after he's gone.
Yeah. 630, just the wheel on you somewhere. That'd be nice.
That would actually be great, yeah.
I think that's actually possible.
Maybe around her belly button. And then the center of the wheel would be your belly button.
That'd be good.
No? It's kind of nice. 773, she should get all of the Nickelback lyrics tattooed on her back.
All of them.
Yeah. All of them. Like that old Rolling Stone with Julia Louis-Dreyfus where she had the Constitution on her back. It'd be that, but Nickelback lyrics.
Okay.
It's kind of nice. More Pat Sajak space. 630, how about just RSTLN space E? Because those are the letters they give you in the final round when you have to try to figure out. You can add three more.
Right.
This is a fan of the show right
also,
there.
when I first saw it, I thought they were spelling R.L. Stein, author of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Right.
Yeah. 708, how about a tattoo that says, can I have the D?
Okay.
That's actually
It's
really
provocative and yet
great.
within the tone of Wheel of
Yeah,
Fortune.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. 219, it would be the Wheel of Fortune board of letters, but it's her daughter's name spelled out in it. It's kind of cute.
I like it.
708, how about in the back it's a give me an O tramp stamp.
Oh.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Some people
Just
are
what the
really,
back
yeah.
door is.
Some
Really
people
is.
really
I
got
like it, guys.
I think some of these guys out here got a Vanna thing that they're finally
bad,
getting
right?
to express.
Finally have a vehicle.
Exactly.
right?
That's what I mean. I've been waiting for this
Yeah,
topic
it's like
for
it.
40 years.
Yeah, you guys really buried the lead on this. I've been waiting. My gosh. Let's see here. 630 VNNWHT. Her name without the vowels.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. And finally, 219 and many others, probably the most popular, she should just simply get the entire alphabet tattooed on her body. What would be fun is if she had it scattered.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like a Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
You got to find him. All right, something to think about.
That's
a lot
great.
of tattoo options out there for Vanna White. Now we'll have to keep our eye on her to see if and when they announce that she got the tattoo and or where it is.
Yeah.
I would guess it'd be more fun to kind of guess. I don't think it'll be visible on television. I could see her maybe, though, doing like an ankle type tattoo or top of the foot or maybe like ribcage zone.
Yeah, I think it's meant to keep us guessing. So now you're going to go watch the show so you can imagine where's that
Where
tattoo.
is that tattoo?
I wonder where she put it.
Yeah. Give me an O. Something to think about.
I think she's going with that one for
You
sure.
think so? I think so too, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody's
Yeah.
going to, if she hadn't thought of it, somebody's going to get word to her from this. Like, wow, what an idea.
What do I do?
Yeah.
From Chicago to your device, this is the Morning Mix Podcast.
You are completely obsessed with it. A daughter from Kentucky just shared video of her home because her mom is obsessed with Diet Coke. Diet Coke decor everywhere. She's got an emergency case in the house that's got Diet Coke in it, not a fire extinguisher. She also has Christmas ornaments of Diet Coke hanging up on the house, and the front door has a big Diet Coke glass bottle on it. Diet Coke soap dispensers, Diet Coke everything everywhere in the house all the time. What are you obsessed with? Hi, Melissa. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
We're doing all right. You're willing to admit you've got a bit of an obsession.
A little bit. All my friends and family know it. I went to University of Oklahoma. I'm obsessed with the Oklahoma Sooners, have a tattoo, have specific clothing I have to wear, have to be at specific places for game day, follow all their sports, have my carry-on. All of my stuff is OU Sooners. My car's even red for that reason.
Wow. I love how dedicated you even are to just running down. Now, are you familiar with this song, Boomer Sooner?
Yes, and my cats hear it every game day.
Really? Okay. May I ask, what did you study when you were there at University of Oklahoma?
Sociology, criminology. Now I'm a lawyer.
Okay, great. You're a lawyer. Okay, great. And you're very proud of your Oklahoma background. Did you grow up here and go to school there? Are you from there?
No, I grew up in Park Ridge, so I am from the area.
Oh, wow.
Do you find... Oh, sorry, Nikki. Go
no,
ahead.
I was just going to ask if the cats were named after your school.
No, they came with their names, and then when we got the new ones, my husband got to name them, so I got to keep them. So,
Okay.
So that's
no, they're not.
the one exception. Okay,
Right.
got it.
Do you find a lot of other Oklahoma-obsessed people around here? Because I will say that I don't think it's rare to have sort of an obsession with your alma mater. But around here, you see tons of Illinois, tons of even like Notre
Iowa.
Dame, Northwestern, Iowa, a lot of Big Ten schools and things like that. But Oklahoma is probably pretty rare.
It's not. We got a huge Club of Chicago up here.
There you go.
We sold out the bar for the OU Texas game.
Oh, wow. So where's a good Oklahoma bar? Like if we wanted to go to University of Oklahoma bar, because a lot of bars align themselves with a school.
Yeah, so it's Rizzo's in Wrigleyville.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Okay, great. Look at that. All right. Now, Melissa, has it ever been a problem? You said you're married. Your husband, did he go there? Did you guys meet there? Or does he have nothing to do with Oklahoma?
Well, he went to Purdue, but he now owns more Oklahoma stuff than he does Purdue stuff because, he got indoctrinated.
Got it. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, he had no choice. It
sounds that way.
Yeah, it sounds that
Yeah.
way. Okay, I like that. So Melissa obsessed with the University of Oklahoma. Hey, Robin, good morning.
Good morning.
This is a family member of yours. It's not you, which I kind of like. It's you on the outside looking in. You have a cousin that's obsessed with what?
Pigs.
Pigs.
What?
Just obsessed with pigs. How do you mean? Are there like pig? There's like pig decor all over the house. Do they have live pigs?
She actually, yes. So she had her whole house was filled with pig stuff, picture frames.
Those are
purses.
picture frames, to be clear.
Yes.
Sorry.
She actually had a live pig in her house.
On purpose, or like for a rental for a party, or like she raised the pig.
She raised the pig in her. She lives in the suburbs.
Okay.
She owned a pig for some time.
Now, since she's so obsessed with pigs, I have to ask, does she eat bacon?
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Okay, she's
I'm
not.
sure she
Okay,
does.
she doesn't care that much.
You want to be one with the thing you're obsessed with.
I
you know
love
what
you,
mean?
saying.
but I'll
Yeah.
enjoy you.
Right. Exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, obsessed with pigs. What's interesting is when I was a little kid, somewhere along the way, people started giving my sister pig things. She liked Piglet. And then that grew into, for a lot of gifts, people would give her like pig stuffed animals and pig ceramic pigs. So all of a sudden she had this collection of all this pig stuff out of nowhere. And I remember at a point in my life, I was like jealous. So then I was like, I like cows. By the way, I like cows. They were like, oh, okay. So then I started getting cow stuff. And then I was like, I don't like them this much. I like Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles more. You guys, don't stop giving me cow stuff. I want toys. But the obsession with the pig to the point that you get a pig, that's a lot.
Some people have them, though, as pets. So what is it? Famously, George Clooney had a potbelly pig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, joke about that, but famously. But yeah, so some people like them as pets.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of texts coming in. 224, I'm a kidney nurse. I'm obsessed with kidneys. Okay. 773, I'm obsessed with coffee tumblers.
Yeah.
You see this. Now, what's the kind you have? A trivet? A trivet? What's that thing called? Turvet?
Turvis. Yeah.
Turvis, also the thing that Iron Man uses to communicate with everybody. That's Jarvis. My sister's obsessed with Mickey Mouse. 773, grown woman, we're talking sheets on the bed, a Mickey Mouse toaster. She's got figurines, stuffed animals. Everything looks like Mickey Mouse, and it looks like Mickey puked in her house. Oh, boy.
You're listening to the Morning Mix podcast.
What'd you just learn? Because today, Whip just learned there's a whole bunch of free movies on YouTube. Just free, high quality, HD, full movies, just with some ads in them, like, television.
Totally,
And they're there for free.
Totally free with ads. Complete movies, the real deal.
And they're good movies, too, like Tom Hanks and the man with
one red shoe.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's
Arthur.
go.
Yeah,
Cancel all your plans. It's movie day.
totally.
Who knew? They're all there. Hey, Kathy. Good morning. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
We're doing all right. What'd you just learn, Kathy?
What the word doppelganger means. I learned it about a month ago. I've heard it so many times, but I always thought it was the same as a dingleberry.
So you thought people were just walking around like, oh, Kath, I got a rockin' doppelganger today. And you thought they were telling you they had a dingleberry.
Yeah. And I work at a school and I have an advanced degree. And I'm thinking I've never, ever had that word.
I'm glad you didn't mix them up. Like
I
you're
know,
telling
yeah.
someone, man, I ran into your dingleberry the other day, because that would be very awkward.
So a doppelganger is somebody that looks very much like you.
Exactly.
Right.
And a dingleberry is
It's
a
not.
clump of toilet paper hanging off your butt.
Oh, good.
Kathy, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. All right, so Kathy, light confusion there. What can happen? You know,
They do sound kind of the same.
you can't blame her. Hi, AJ. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad, AJ. What'd you just learn?
Well, the mustard bottle, if you opening it, you can click it onto the other side so it doesn't flop all over the place and you don't get mustard all over.
So this is in the plastics kind of squeeze tube mustards, the French's mustard, or just the like house brand mustards that you buy in the condiment section at the grocery store. The plastic top, when you pull it open, you crank back that top. You know how it kind of flops there a little bit? You can push it all the way back and it'll click and it'll stay there so that when you go to squirt your mustard, it won't fall in front of the stream.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at this.
I never knew that either.
Yeah. AJ teaching us right here live on the show. Stay there, AJ. Don't go anywhere. Hi, Susan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Susan, what'd you just learn?
That the keyless entry on for the key remote, if the battery dies, there's a little button you take and push it, and out pulls the key that you could actually then manually get into your car.
Yeah,
Okay,
a lot of
yeah.
cars have this. Whip's examining his key ring right now.
Somebody showed me this one time, and I was amazed. I had the thing for years, never had any idea.
Yep.
Someone's like, look at this. I'm like, wow. I actually don't know where to put the key into, but that's another problem.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're old enough, Whip, and when you and your car love each other enough, you can take the key out. You can put it in there.
In the
as long as the
ignition.
car says it's okay. So keyless entry, did you know on your key fob there's a physical metal key in there that you can use in case of an emergency? That's right. So Susan, stay right there. She just learned that. Hey, Ed, how are you this morning?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys?
Good, man. What'd you just learn?
So I'm standing after a rain with a friend of mine, and I just love the way the grass was smelling afterwards. That rain smell after or the grass after the rain
Yes.
pours down, and I was like, man, I love this smell. And he goes, yeah, petrichor is awesome. And I was like, what did you just say? He said, the petrichor. There's a name for the rain, the smell after the rain hits the grass. It's called petrichor. And I had no idea.
That's right. The word petrichor is what you describe the smell of the grass after a rain. It was originally coined by Australian scientists in 1964 to describe the unique earthy smell associated with rain.
Now, you just know that, or?
I just knew that. No, it's on Google. Petrichor, also a spell in Harry Potter. So I'll be ready for that.
Wow.
So Ed just learned what petrichor is, which I feel like you could go your whole life and never learn that one, you know?
Yeah.
Susan, it's the keyless entry. Did you know that there's a key on the fob that's a physical? You can pop it out and put it in. That's crazy. AJ is saving your mustard cap because you can pop that thing open and it clicks into place. And Kathy finally learned the difference between doppelganger and dingleberry. Nikki?
I have to go with the doppelganger because it's got multiple degrees, but this one got by her.
What can you do?
Any excuse to say dingleberry.
My God.
Same.
Oh, it is a clean sweep, Kathy, and make sure you have a clean sweep back there. My God. Well done.
I don't know if it's more exciting or embarrassing.
Wow.
No.
You're listening to the Morning Mix podcast.
Please welcome to the show IT worker Jake. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Doing really well, Jake. You don't happen to work for State Farm, do you?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore, he said. I like
He's
that.
the old
Very
one.
good. All right. So, Jake, you work in IT. What's your actual title?
So I was a project manager for many years.
Okay.
I started off as a tech and then worked my way up to project manager.
Okay, great. So IT project management. So would that entail like an office is changing over their whole system, and you got to come in and figure out how they're going to go through all that?
Yeah, kind of help them through the steps of kind of figuring out what they have now, what's kind of out of date, what needs to be changed over. All the way down from computers to the cabling that they use to, get the equipment running. Okay, great. So we are live with Jake, the IT worker. If you have a question for Jake, text us right now at 312-233-1019. I'm going to get us started right off the top, Jake.
Yeah.
We have here that some of the more common issues are people forget their passwords and they get locked out of their systems. Can you concur? Is that average? Is that what you're mostly dealing with on your day-to-day?
Yeah, that most of it usually too is, especially a lot of the older generation that's still in the workforce, they, would turn their cap locks on or they'll turn their number lock off. So they're trying to put their password in, but, it's all lowercase because they're hitting the shift button or something like that. Super simple. All it is a button and you fat finger it and now you're locked out of your computer.
Would you ever, though, it's an easy solve, but you're like, I'm going to take like 25 minutes on this one. Let me get a little break in here.
Depending on the day, definitely.
Stretch it out a little bit.
Yep.
All right,
always hit them with, did you restart it first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake it. Shake the computer. That's always the good. So my brothers are both in IT, and so we are constantly calling them with our problems. And a lot of times they'll answer the phone. They're like, we're not the Geek Squad. They get really... So do you get a lot of that? Your friends and family ask you to do things because they know you can fix it? And if so, what should they be doing for you in return?
I do. When both my grandparents are still alive, I would constantly get phone calls from my grandpa. The computer's not working. I deleted cookies, and now this isn't working, or something like that. And you had to explain to them what a cookie is. And my parents are pretty tech savvy. My dad's he's an IT manager for finance, so he's kind of the one that kind of taught me everything. But even now, he's kind of starting to get outdated on some stuff, and I really don't ask for much, just because
So you don't mind. You kind of comes with the territory. No. You know that you're the expert, and we're going to come to you.
Exactly.
A quick follow up before we go to Whip, Jake. What is a cookie?
Ha!
It's just stored data on your computer.
Okay, got it.
Kind of lets the computer know what's safe, what's not.
Gotcha. My wife, if you're listening, I got to clear some cookies. Okay, Whip.
Hey, Jake, are you ever stumped? Because we just think you guys know everything, and it seems like you kind of do, but is there ever something you're like, I have never seen this before, and frankly, I don't even know who to call?
Yeah, Google's our favorite tool. We have our cell phones and stuff like that, so if your computer's not working and, we're stumped on something, most of us either have somebody that we've learned from in the past that we can always, feel free to call and pick their brain, or, even Google. You kind of start with the problem, what you're seeing, and, it's all about troubleshooting, step by step. That way you can kind of circle back to, the basic stuff, if, like as simple as, I don't know, your mouse port's not working or something like that, and
I like how he got to it's as simple as, and it dawned on him, this is not simple.
Is not
right.
Hang
on a second.
Basic.
Yep.
Well, and Jake, to that point, so, most of us, when we go to like an Apple store or some sort of tech store and they start explaining even the cloud or how I can do this, I get so overwhelmed and don't understand it. When you go in there, is it different for you? Like, you just geek out because you understand everything they're saying?
Yeah, like we'll have people come to our job and kind of explain like new software and stuff that's coming out. And some of my colleagues aren't in the IT field, so obviously they're like, head in my hands, just like, oh wow, that's awesome. This is gonna be a cool system. And everyone's like, wow, you're geeking out right now, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I am. Of course. I'm supposed to.
So yeah.
Well, we have one
Apple's kind of the same way.
One more from you coming in on the text thread here from 317, and I like this. So, Jake, you work in IT. We're asking an IT worker. Jake, what was the weirdest oops that you found on someone's screen or computer when there was an issue?
So, I was working for a client at a food manufacturing plant, and their work computer their screen actually went black. So they weren't able to access anything on their computer. They were clicking. They don't know what they're clicking. So what we were able to do was, just plug your computer with an HDMI cord to extend it to a different screen. Mm-hmm. And as we did that, a site that he definitely should not have been looking at work popped up. And because it's on a TV, essentially, at that point, the volume also was clicked on.
Oh.
So throughout the factory, all you heard was what that individual was watching, and that was...
a lot of heavy breathing, some affirmative screams, perhaps.
Yeah.
A couple of the old moans and groans, as it were.
Wow.
So that was kind of weird.
Yeah. Watch out. Well, Jake, the IT person, thank you so much. Drop it.
Pure emotion, he's never fake. Yeah. Guilty pleasure like stepping on a rake. He might even make your head shake. Here we go with Hot Take.
It's like we are all synced up in our mindsets now because it's all about what we were talking about 5 minutes ago with spam emails on the IT guy.
No way!
How do you like this? This was not pre-planned.
Come on!
I'm telling you. All right, we might spend too much time together, everybody. Here's one that might make some people mad. Hopefully, though, it'll also make a few people think. Emails, the fewer the better. I think we'd all agree, right? Unless you're waiting for a specific email about a specific thing. I would say no news is definitely good news in the world of emails. We all get so much spam. Sometimes it's hard to spot the ones that you actually might need to read. The following senders are literally filling the page of my inbox today. LinkedIn, which I've never used. Something asking me to buy popcorn from the Boy Scouts. An ad from NFLshop.com. Somebody named David C. Smith. Don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure it's a virus. A feedback request from StubHub. Your service fees suck, but otherwise fine. Andrew from Tribute.com. Don't even know what that is. Bitcoin Magazine. A newsletter from a hospital I've never been to. An alert from the Daily Herald, which I can't read because I don't subscribe. Air Canada flight offers. Thanks. No plans to go to Winnipeg anytime soon. Harvard Medical School. Don't know how I got on that list, but thanks. Some realtors I've never used. Another realtor who used to be in radio in Chicago 15 years ago, but now sells houses in Arizona. Chipotle. Maybe I'll actually look at that one. Recipe Saver. SharperAmish.com. Home Depot. A forwarded article from my mom. An Evite, which is not actually an Evite, but an ad for Evite. CincinnatiReds.com. MLB.com. Legacy Box. And finally, Maine Cottage, which I literally have no idea what that is either. And then, oh yeah, there's my electric bill. Good thing I didn't miss that one. Anyway, if you listen intently to the Hot Take every week, you may remember I went off on junk mail a few weeks ago. I was actually talking about the physical mail. Well, I'm here to declare email might even be worse. I mean, you heard all that, and I have a spam filter on. And sometimes I check the spam, and I find emails I actually needed. The whole thing is just out of whack. Then if you talk about your work email, well, sometimes your coworkers can take the email experience to a whole new level. That's right. I'm talking about the reply all. And I'm not talking about the classic accidental reply all either, although that's bad. I'm talking about the ones that people do on purpose. For example, hey, everyone, someone at the company just did something cool or something great just happened in our business. Then they begin. That's awesome. That's great. Congrats to all. Great job, such and such. You rock, so-and-so. Go team. Times 30 or 40 or 50, because once it gets going, there's no stopping it. A few eager beavers have to let the whole staff know they think the thing that happened is great, which of course makes everyone else feel like, oh crap, if I don't write some version of the same exact thing so the whole staff can see it, then everyone might think that I don't even agree that the great thing that happened is great, even though of course I do, because who wouldn't? Or I could just send the actual person an email or a text or even a face-to-face word of congratulations or say nice job. But then what's the fun in that if the whole staff can't see it in a 37-part email chain? But hell, if you can't beat them, join them. So I'll be number 38 in the thread. Here's my contribution. Awesome job! So glad I can contribute. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go pay my gas bill. I'm a couple of months late. Turns out the bills kept going to my spam.
Oh! Right on, my man. Right on. And really, for me, it is that reply all thing, because I do sometimes fall prey to it, and I reply all. I do my best to reply one-on-one to the person, though.
Yeah.
It happens, too, when someone, quits, and there's I'm moving on, we'll miss you all. Here's my email, and then you get, a ton of, we'll miss you, you're the best, oh, my God, da-da-da-da. And I'll just hit them one-on-one. Hey,
yeah. For sure.
But,
you know it's sincere that way, yeah.
I know the exact feeling, though, when everybody else starts to reply all, I'm like, oh, man, if I don't reply all, I look like egg on my face. I got to reply all. And
You don't want to
say-
be the jerk.
Right. Somebody's going to notice you're missing, and they'll be like, maybe this person really doesn't
Right.
think we did
You
an
also
awesome
want
job.
your boss to know
Right.
exactly what
Yeah.
you think about how nice you are
Sure.
and responding to that email.
Right.
You reply so fast.
To everything.
You are like the fastest replier.
Yeah,
right.
I'll be like, I didn't even get the email yet, and I get your reply.
And it's
Seriously.
it's 3 paragraphs long.
Yeah.
It's summed up, and it's like all the best. I'm like, how did that
Violeta
happen?
literally is like walking out of the store with all her stuff. I'm like, I didn't even get here yet.
I don't know why I do reply really fast. And sometimes it's like I actually see that it's in the same minute because I assume that my email's always late because it like refreshes so awkwardly. I feel like the work one.
Man.
So sometimes I see it's the same minute. I'm like, should I wait at least 1 minute so it's not this? Like people are going to think I have no life. Like I'm just replying to this. And it's true. I don't.
Sometimes I'm like, is she just waiting
Right.
by
I
the
mean-
computer? She's like, ding.
But then those email meeting requests, though, you miss those.
Yeah, you miss those ones.
I didn't get that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think they
weird.
went
Yeah.
to my
Oh,
spam.
that's
Totally in the spam with the electric bill.
I didn't see. The one where I need to do something, I don't see those.
And I would like to publicly high five Whip sincerely because when those reply alls happen, you always come in like dynamite because you'll reply Yahoo or like,
I want to write at least
you'll
something
write
that wasn't
something-
one of the auto choices at
Yeah.
the bottom.
One time you replied all Scooby Dooby Doo, and I'm not kidding. And then all staff email to some dumb thing that was like, "Hey guys, free donuts Friday." He replied Scooby Dooby Doo.
Well, that was sincere, I have to tell you.
It had to have been.
Yes.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Sound check. Sound check. This is Nikki's sound check on the morning mix.
Let's start with the Britney stuff because everyone's talking about it. We'll just do a quick little. I'm not going to read these because you can read them for yourself in like a week, right? So
Yes.
the book comes out, The Woman in Me, but a lot of little portions of the book have been coming out and been released. So we'll start with like growing up. She talks about growing up in Mississippi, and they would drive to Biloxi, her and her mom, and they would go have daiquiris. At
Oh,
a very
geez.
young age, like when she was a teenager. So her and her mom would drive and do these daiquiris. It was kind of this fun thing they used to do. And then she kind of talks about her dad, too. And her dad had the opposite. And then Timberlake, of course, the one everyone's talking about.
Right.
There was a pregnancy. And they met each other on the Mouseketeers. So it's kind of crazy when you look back and think how many people were on the Mouseketeers.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you have them. So it's her and Christina Aguilera were roommates during the filming of that. And she says they looked up to the older kids, which were Carrie Russell, Ryan Gosling.
Felicity, yeah.
Yeah, and then the singer Tony Luca, and I looked him up. I'm like, who is this guy? And it turns out like he dated Carrie Russell for 8 years. So if you think about it, this is their high school.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not totally surprising they're all kind of dating each other because that's what you do in high school.
That's who they
You
were
date
around
people
at
in
that
high
age,
school.
yeah.
So yeah, she got quickly hit it off with Justin Timberlake, and she says they played Truth or Dare. Someone dared Justin to kiss me, and she said a Janet Jackson song was playing in the background as he leaned in and kissed me.
Wow.
All kind of weird full circle there, and then obviously the big revelation about the baby that has
Right.
been making all the headlines.
Right.
So yeah, a lot. I'm sure a lot more to be revealed, but that's just some of it
Unbelievable.
going on.
Wow.
Another thing that is coming up November 3rd, Jungkook from BTS, he has a solo record coming out. We've been playing 3D with Jack Harlow on the Mixed New Music Club. Some other people to look for on the album, Ed Sheeran and Shawn Mendes. So
yeah.
they will both be on there. And that the full length called Golden will be out on November 3rd. So looking forward to hearing both of those songs.
He's got them all.
I know. And speaking of having it all, Dolly Parton. Okay, so I should have listened to this to see exactly where we picked it up in the interview. So let me just get the quick
sure.
backstory.
Yeah.
We had a call and a Zoom with Dolly Parton a couple weeks ago, Chris and I.
Right.
And, I made my joke about how it wasn't really a joke. It was a prediction. Before they had announced Usher for the Super Bowl, I wanted Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton,
Right.
and her dad, Billy Ray, because Dolly's like her godmother.
It
And
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So during the interview, Nikki made the pitch to Dolly. She's like, look, if they ask you next year, here's what you should do.
Yeah.
And then Dolly was like, well, y'all, you won't believe this.
Well, I think I can do that. I think I am going to probably do the halftime, maybe with the Dallas Cowboys this year.
Oh.
Maybe. Just
Like-
for a practice run, if they'll have me. So we'll see what they say.
Why the hell would they say no?
Thanksgiving just got more interesting. So that was like weeks ago.
It was. Yeah. So that happens in the interview, which
Yes.
the video and the full interview coming soon to all the mixed channels. But that happens. We wrap up the interview. Okay, great. Have a great day. Love
Yeah.
you. See you
Yeah.
later. Bye, y'all. Whatever. Nikki's phone rings.
Yeah, and they are like, okay, she was not supposed to talk about that. Please do not repeat that. Please do not burn every copy of that until we tell you. And I'm not going to upset St. Dolly. No way.
No, well, she's probably not that upset about it. She's like, I'll tell anybody who's going to listen because obviously I'm not too shy about telling y'all.
What's so funny you say that because hopefully when the video comes out, you can totally see her demeanor change after she answers that question. It's like there's someone in the room like going, no. Stop talking.
Right.
Stop talking.
Cut.
So
Literally.
it is very interesting. But she will be. It is out of the cat is out of the bag.
That's right.
Yes.
She'll be playing the Thanksgiving halftime show, obviously November 23rd for the Dallas Cowboys. And her book is out right now as well if you want to check it out. It's called Behind the Seams, My Life in Rhinestones. And it's like a beautiful book. It's got like all of her outfits and so much glitter and bedazzled everything and a ton of wigs.
A lot of wigs in there. We talked about the wigs with her.
So many.
We did.
Pages and pages of all of her wigs. And she even dates them and kind of describes what they meant at the time. It's pretty hilarious.
So is she always wearing a wig?
She is always wearing a wig.
Yes. So we probably have never seen her real hair.
Yeah,
probably right.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like
I do exactly. But I mean, it goes back that far. And I remember being a kid and my parents telling me, that's a wig, and I was like, "How dare you?"
Right.
Her hair is beautiful.
She's real from head to toe.
Yeah,
She could probably
thank you. Shut your mouth.
walk down the street with no makeup and dressed normal with no wig, and she could probably be the most famous person that no one would recognize.
She works in sales.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
So anyway, you can check it all out for yourself. It is pretty cool. She's got the peek behind the curtain of everything.
cool,
You can see all the outfits, all the wigs, all of it in her new book that's out. And we're waiting for the album, which will be out next month. But right now, let's do a song about those Dallas Cowboys, right?
Yeah, why not? They make him cry. Post Malone,
The Morning Mix Flash Briefing with Violeta.
Chick-fil-A is releasing their first ever cookbook, which will be including how to make discontinued items. So all of that is in there. Also, it's supposed to help raise awareness for food insecurity and highlight the importance of reducing food waste. So a lot of the dishes is about how to use leftovers and recreate a meal. It's called Extra Helpings, and you can get it for free digitally on their website starting today.
That's cool. It's air horn cool.
So cool. A lot of it is you can substitute too. Obviously, they encourage you to use their stuff, like if you buy the hash browns or if you buy the chicken, how to dice it up and put it in.
Yeah.
But then there's also the suggestions where it doesn't include that. You can replace it. So it looks
Got
really
it.
delicious.
The only problem is how many of us really ever have leftovers when we go to Chick-fil-A?
That's exactly
That's
right.
true.
It's so
You're gonna have
hard.
to buy some chicken just to make the leftover meal.
For real.
Nothing wrong with that.
And next up, there's a couple of girls getting some attention on their page called Mindless Logic. After answering the age-old question, how many holes does a straw have?
Does a straw have one hole or two? One. It's got two holes.
Would you say donut has one hole or two holes?
One.
Exactly. That has one hole.
But would you call
If it was two holes, it would suggest there were two different destinations. If you shove something through that, it's coming out the other end. One hole.
But it's still going to come out here and not here.
What? If a train is going through a tunnel, it's going through one tunnel, one hole.
Interesting.
I mean, it goes in your mouth and comes out a different one. So I don't know. Those are two separate holes.
Yeah, but there's a whole track involved, right? That's got
Right.
all that stuff. Whereas on the other end, wow, I've
connected.
never thought of this. I can completely understand the
I'm going to
argument
think about that and try to not think about that all the
at
time.
the same time.
Yeah.
And they're British, so it makes it even harder. I was listening to it. Anyway, next up, there are some new dating rumors that broke yesterday. So One Tree Hill star Sophia Bush and former soccer star Ashlyn Harris are dating. So they both respectively also just got a divorce this summer from their partners. And now they apparently have gone, they've been friends for a while. They went on their first actual romantic date. And that news all broke yesterday. And I was like, what the heck? Sophia Bush is married constantly and divorced constantly. So I guess I don't want to say constantly. Back in 2005, she was married for 5 months. And then just last year, she was married for 13 months.
Wow.
And then a bunch of people in between. But,
Well, maybe they'll take it slow.
Yeah,
Maybe
take
that's
it
if they've
slow.
learned anything. Take
Learning
it slow.
experience.
That's what it is.
Very cool. So I guess congrats to them, and we'll see if it lasts, just like TNT.
That's right.
That's your flash briefing.
All right, thank you for joining us for the Morning Mix podcast. Make sure you rate, review, like, and follow this podcast. You can also follow us on social at 1019 Mix Chicago. And we will see you tomorrow on the Morning Mix.